Namaste. Life is very subtle. We often don't understand how subtle it is. Many of you would already know that cow's milk, the one that is marketed, packed of any brand, they don't taste as good as fresh cow's milk. But did you know that cow's milk also tastes different depending on their diet and the living conditions? Not only that, but its nutritional value would be different depending on whether the cow is loved and cared for, whether it's leading a happy life, whether it's getting its proper exercise by grazing freely in the meadows and grasslands, whether the cow gets fresh grass and other nutritious food or not. Similarly, vegetables also don't taste the same. For example, cauliflower tastes very different, not only due to it being grown in different climates or soil, but its taste would vary also depending on what kind of manure was used, artificial or organic, and whether it grew in natural circumstances or whether it grew under a lot of artificial interference. Those who travel a lot and cook themselves would know how hugely different the same vegetables taste. Often when Sadhguruji is going for safe soil movement and we don't understand how important it is, if same vegetables taste different even now at this point of time, just imagine how different, like 100 years back or 200 years back, what they tasted like and what was their nutritional value, because the soil was so much more fertile, because the water and soil, everything has been polluted to a huge extent. Many people who complain that Ayurvedic medicines don't work or homeopathic medicines don't work, it's not only about the medicines or whether the right kind of medicine was suggested or not, but also because the medicines have lost a lot of their medicinal value. Maybe 50 years back, the same medicines which used to be very effective, they aren't as much effective now because of soil conditions, climatic conditions, water conditions. And also regarding homeopathic medicines, many people wouldn't know that the same for cough and cold, homeopathic medicine will be different for a kid or for an old aged person or a middle aged person, whether the person already is very vulnerable to cold or not. And also the medicine would change according to, like if he had caught cold because he was drenched in rain, then the medicine prescribed will be different. If the cold was due to wintry weather, then the medicine will be different. If the cold is due to heat, then the medicine will be different. Also, the effectiveness of the medicine will depend on how the medicine is being stored. There shouldn't be any electromagnetic interference, like the medicines shouldn't be stored on top of a TV or kept on top of a refrigerator, etc. It shouldn't be kept near any heat, like near a stove in the kitchen or near a heater or whatever, or even in sunlight. It shouldn't be kept in a cupboard or in a place where there are other things which are very fragrant, that where you store your perfumes or you store your agarbattis, incense sticks. In that same cupboard, if you are storing homeopathic medicines, then the effectiveness of the medicine will be very much affected, because effectiveness of the homeopathic medicine doesn't want the interference of other fragrances. It also shouldn't come in contact with smoke. So homeopathic medicine, even when inside the bottle, it shouldn't be around any smoke, because smoke has the heat and the smell of something else. So you see how subtle everything is, even medicines and plants, everything, animals, they all respond so subtly to different climate, different weather conditions, different diet, even living conditions and everything, even love. So water, water also responds to everything around. So also all the elements actually are responding continuously. The air, the earth. Often you would see that using the same ingredients and following the same recipe, the same dish prepared by different people would taste different, because according to the spiritual aura of the persons, even water would change. How the fire is responding, it changes. Every element is responding differently, so naturally the whole dish will also taste different, because the energy of the person, the intent of the person also will change the taste and nutritional value in the food. So, Turiyananda ji Maharaj, Vivekananda, they all used to like to cook for their disciples and for the devotees, because they already knew that if he cooks the food, then it will be good for the spiritual evolution of his disciples. And even the devotees who were served by Holy Mother in her lifetime, they know that the food that was cooked by her or served by her or even just touched by her, they would taste so heavenly, so very tasty. And one would think that what is the spiritual implications of all of this? Because a sadhaka has a very concentrated mind, his intent, his will, his words gain a lot of power, more power than he himself would realize. So whatever he's saying, whatever he's doing, it will have a huge impact on the lives of people all around him. So I just want to say that let it be full of love. Let our lives be based on love. Even when we are scolding a kid or scolding our students or yelling at somebody who is at fault, when we are teaching or being taught, and whatever we are doing or just watching, let it all be just full of love. And where will this love come from? Well, of course, this love will come only through our spiritual evolution. The more we evolve, the more we will be full of love, because the source is all just love. So, Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Hari Om.